So one of the trends that's been emerging over the past couple of years is this growing desire for organizations and our customers to truncate paper as early on in the business process as possible. If they could, they completely jump kind of the threshold and capture the paper electronically before it was generated. But there are great efficiencies that customers are realizing that they can gain by shortening the lifespan of paper, if you want to call it. The net result of that is the migration, logistics problem, is the migration of capture from a kind of after the process, kind of back office implementation, to capture being used at the beginning of a process, almost as an initiation or a trigger point for a business process. As Reynolds walked you through that evolution of devices, the net result of that is an exponential expansion of the number of potential points of origination that we can leverage for capture. We're uniquely positioned, we believe, in the market to provide you a platform and a solution that can allow you to capture content regardless of where it initiates, either in a back office environment, a front office environment, or at the point of origination relative to your business processes. So if you dive into each one of these briefly, capture, point of origination is focused on moving capture to the point a business transaction or a business process starts, and using capture essentially as the trigger, understanding the content, understanding the information, the content, and based on that understanding, knowing where to route it, what system to integrate it with, what metadata is needed at the beginning of the process to create efficiencies downstream in your IT infrastructure. The second guiding principle is touchless processing, and our focus there is through automation, is focused around eliminating as much human touch as possible throughout any given process, whether it be the capture process and classifying and extracting metadata, or whether it be the business process in determining where this should go to, who it should go to, and when. And the third guiding principle is enterprise ready, making sure that we can create interoperability between the various systems within your organization needed to drive these processes, the various constituents, knowledge workers, and make sure we can span across departments when needed, depending on the business process you're focusing on. The second product in our point of origination portfolio is a set of tools that will allow you to capture and enable any web-based corporate portal. And if you think of points of origination where capture might be relevant, one would be customers coming into your remote branch, which is what the Kofax front office server is ideally built for. The other one is your customers coming to you via your corporate portal and wanting to transact business with you, and needing the process that they're triggering or the interaction that they have with you needs some sort of content captured as it relates to completing that process. The advantage of capture enabling your portals allows you to provide more convenience to your customers. They can complete a transaction on one engagement, and allows you to provide more efficient business processes overall in your organization. So what would happen normally? What would happen normally is you'd get some sort of notification that instructed you to get those documents, bring them to a branch, maybe the customer's using KFS to capture it at a remote branch, or mail it into the corporate mail office, PO box, email it in, fax it in. But the challenge is, the second that happens, a business process is blocked. And what we found for many, many of our customers, when that occurs, the attrition rate, the fall off, of those business processes actually concluding, or at a minimum, the latency, the delay in those business processes concluding is much, much higher than what they anticipated or hoped for. So by integrating these tools into your portal, you can go through that same scenario, and the tools can actually let the calling application, the host application, know that the person who's logged in right now has an all-in-one device sitting right next to them. And instead of asking them to mail it or send it in, just asking them to put it on the flatbed and scan it right then. And then a process that would have normally been blocked can be completed, the content captured, the content validated, and the business process concluded. Then lastly, from an image fidelity standpoint, I got 3 examples of kind of moderate difficulty of images. These are all raw images taken off an iPhone 4S. If we look on the one on your left, this is us actually doing a step within the process called analyzing and making sure that we found the page and that the lighting was adequate and the blur was adequate enough for us to process it so you can use it downstream. This is a result of us processing it on the phone.
How do we handle information that is less predictable? Okay, so how do we handle some of these case management scenarios where you don't necessarily know what information you need ahead of time? You know, you think about a medical case situation where it's not clear what that information is going to be ahead of time, and you know, you're not sure when you're going to get it in the process. So in that situation, Total Agility, as Reynolds talked about earlier, has this dynamic case management capability. It's a market-leading capability, very impressive. It allows you to pull together a case. It allows you to process information without a predetermined set of rules here. It allows you to act in a very collaborative way and pull other people and other information sources in to help you in terms of that case. You can put forms around that if you choose to, and other supporting case materials.
So as we introduce BPM, we provide interoperability between our existing capture solutions today and our new BPM capabilities. As we move into mobile, we allow the new mobile solutions to be a bolt-on, an easy bolt-on to your existing capture investment. So we're focused on providing you a platform that's highly scalable, easily deployable, and you can build and evolve the capabilities that you use from us over time as we continue to innovate going forward. We want to focus on delivering one platform to you that will allow you to automate both structured, unstructured, and dynamic business processes going forward.
So we believe already that Total Agility is a much lighter weight BPM offering than others in the market. The other aspect of this, for those of you who work within your existing IT environment, is that this doesn't need an enterprise content management type of system to be implemented.
But we're not stopping there. We wanted to make it even easier. This is an example of using entity extraction. And without any setup or training at all, we've taken same kind of lease agreements and used entity extraction to extract names, locations, relationships, dates, and provided you those as a table on the left. And rather than reading through the document, you can just look through the entities and find the ones that are of interest to you and select those, and the system will watch and learn. And as you do that more and you run this in production mode, it will start doing that selection or hand picking, if you want, of context automatically for you.